Hello and thanks for joining me for some more Spacebourne 2. So it's been a little while, a couple of weeks. I was a bit sick for a little while. Now, in the last stream, we went and started doing some of the
landing gear retracted.
Some of the guild quests or guild missions, and in between streams while I was a bit sick I grinded out some of those, and so we're ready to do the final missions to get up to rank 3 in the in a few of the guilds, such as the Mercenary, the Freelancers and the Bounty Hunters. Now there was an update in between.
You're listening to Asotak Radio. We're live with
let me see here. Let me just kill this radio here for a minute. Alright, so now I did get a question, a comment about whether they've nerfed the mining since the last one, so I'm going to check that out. Let me see. Let's bring up the guilds. Okay, so our closest mining guild is 996. So we'll head there. 996. Set our route there. Oops. Alright.
Warp drive online.
So we'll head over there and we'll give it a quick test.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Because apparently this viewer left a comment for me, was having a little trouble with mining, saying that wasn't getting as much. So I'm just going to press Control H there.
Please proceed through the gate in the path reserved for you.
So we'll go and do a quick mining test, and then we'll get on to the other guild missions.
Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Okay. So let's have a look. It's a miners guild there. So we'll cruise on over there. We'll switch over to our mining ship.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
And my voice is still a bit scratchy. Having some weird autumn weather where it's constantly changing. It'll be pretty warm during the day and then getting quite cold at night, and that does wreak havoc
Landing gear retracted.
with my health.
Landing gear deployed.
So I'm going to keep the dialogue a little bit minimal. So I still wish they would put in a loading screen here instead of a black screen. Let's see. We want the ship manager. Let's call our ship, call our mining ship.
Remember, we have no one but us.
And we'll head on over to the asteroid field. Looks like all the drones are giving it some repairs. So let's pop. Let's go to our crew. Let's put Drain in there so she can help repair it. And we'll take off.
Landing gear retracted.
And go over here. Find the asteroid field over here. It's on the other side of the planet, so we're going to have to trebuchet around it.
Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Guild is where you want to be. Track down fugitives, claim the reward, and become a legend.
Okay. So we will
Their husband safely.
What a story of bravery. The Sanskrit.
so find ourselves an asteroid. We may as well find one that's got Asortak in it. Because we are always going to be spending money. So it never hurts to have a little extra. Gold. Gold. Coal, not what we're looking for. More coal. These are all coal. Iron. More coal. Gold. Coal. Nickel. Oh, alright, let's try up the middle. This is probably the hardest thing about mining, is actually finding the finding the asteroid that has the stuff in it that you want. Alright, let's try a different row. So these asteroids, they are laid out in a bit of a grid pattern. So you can sort of just go up and down the grid until you find what you're looking for. More coal. Platinum. Nickel. Gold. 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 Iron. There's got to be some somewhere. Coal. Nickel. There we go. Alright, so we'll hit 4 to bring out the misactor.
Misactor deployed.
So the question in the comments was whether they nerfed it in the last update. So we're going to have a look. Just send a tunnel through the middle there. Let's press L to put on the light. Alright, let's try a tunnel in this direction. There it is, hopefully we don't blast it all away. Still some there. Alright, let's go pop this away.
Misactor docked.
And we'll hop out. Alright, it's down there. It's a bit of a precarious spot or angle there that we're on. Might be able to reach it from here. Okay. So change our power down to 0. So it's saying it's only getting like 1 to 10 ores a minute. Sometimes it can be a bit touchy, you might have to move around to a spot. Like, but we've got it's 5 already. But sometimes you might be mining a spot and it just doesn't give you any, so just move a little bit. But it seems to be working fine. See, now it slows down a bit there. So we move over just a little bit. So I think it can be a bit titchy on like where your beam's actually hitting. See, sometimes you don't get as much. So we're not really getting anything there, so we just move a little bit and bam, there's a lot. So let's have a look. Got 25 already. So, no, I don't think they've nerfed it. So it might be just a case of if you're having trouble, you just need to, you know, move your laser around a bit and see if you can find a bit of a better spot.
Warp drive online.
So let's go back to the Miners Guild. Switch back over into our fighter.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
All right, just a moment. Just trying to sort something out here. All right, I'll just be a second. All right. Still pretty new to streaming, and I'm still trying to get all my streaming stuff working properly. But let's load down here. Alright, so I may as well sell off this stuff that we just mined. And I still wish they'd give you a loading screen instead of a black screen when you go through doors and stuff.
To the attention of all members, please make sure you read the guild rules carefully.
Alright, this one will do.
Any action that will damage the guild
Sell all of that.
punished first under the criminal law and then by the disciplinary committee of our guild.
And we'll grab our fighter back. Okay.
Getting high on some serious stuff.
Of course,
Oops.
a place in the system. What happened next?
They notice me, and instead of freaking out, they casually offer me a job.
Landing gear
Like,
retracted.
hey, you look like someone who could move product. Wanna sell this stuff in the villages?
Wait,
Okay, so I go to my contracts. Alright, so I guess we'll do the mercenary one. So over here we'll set our route there. Sometimes it does not want to set. So we'll just type it in there. Now it's set.
Warp drive online. Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Control H.
Point to start jump process. Please proceed through the gate to the path reserved for you.
You're listening to Sonoc Radio. We're live with brand new updates.
Pilots in the Mortha control
So I grinded out a bunch of these missions
impacted by significant price hikes at the
Please
local
wait for
space
your
market.
ship.
in between
In
streams.
response, many have opted to make purchases in other systems, seeking more affordable alternatives. This shift has reportedly caused economic imbalances in the region, and sources indicate that the Mortha authorities are
You
displeased with
reach
the
the
situation.
waypoint of your route.
Efforts to
Please wait for
stabilize
your
the
ship
local
to be
market
scanned.
may be forthcoming as tensions rise.
Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3
Sonoc Radio.
1.
You're listening to Sonoc Radio.
Destination reached.
Looking to carve your... Join the Miners Guild, where adventure meets opportunity deep within the asteroid belts of the cosmos. Galaxy is yours. Take it now.
Alright.
Sonoc Radio.
Okay, so let me just
Back. Guess who just became a creep?
kill the radio for a minute. So this one here, it's not showing up. Let's have a look. That's because we haven't got it tracked. So let's track it. And Lol Avarus. So now that we've got it tracked, it should show up. There we go. That planet there.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
So I did grind out a bunch of these missions in between streams for all three, for the freelancers, the mercenaries and the bounty hunters. And so now it's just the qualifying,
Warp drive cooling. Warp drive on.
just the qualifying missions to get to rank 3 is what I've got left.
The surface align process is completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
And a bit of a graphics glitch there with the terrain not loading in. Alright, so hop out here. Have anybody here? Jeez, I can't. All right. So we'll get that started. Let's get back up here. All right. Oh, come on. Okay. Come on. I've never been the best at shooting games. And There we go. Alright, so try that again. So where is that going to put us? Back in space. Alright. Alright, try this again then.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input. Warp drive cooling. Warp drive cooling. Warp drive online. The surface align process is completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Alright. Get back down there. Okay. Try this again.
Login successful.
That's a bit better. I don't think this one was dead. Alright. Halfway there. Shit. And there's an explorer level from our perk when we gain experience in other skills. Whoops. Damn it. The hell? Alright. Damn it. Stuffed up by falling off the roof there. Damn it.
Login successful. Uplink interrupted.
Damn it. Damn it. Come on, get up, get up, get up. Get up, damn you. Alright. Well, we got it. Okay. So that's that mission done. Still do have a couple of folks. They normally take off. Alright, was there some loot? This one dropped something. Looks like about it though.
Login successful.
Alright, I think that's about all there is there, so...
Login successful.
It's just going to keep on with that dialogue. That's a bit of a glitch. Alright, so we're now rank 3. Closest one is in system 90. So we can cruise on over there.
Warp drive online. Calibration module activated.
Gonna go the long way.
Calibration completed.
And I'll just have a quick little break during the journey.
Exiting solar system star gravity in 3, 2, 1.
You know what always gets me? That whole Stargate thing.
Oh yeah, like stepping into a giant cosmic blender and hoping you come out the other side in one piece. I do that on the toilet as well.
Dude, it's like 1 second you're here in Asotak Station and bam! You're halfway across the galaxies. Congrats, you made it, kid. Honestly, I don't get how it works, but I'm just glad it does.
Yeah, just don't think too hard about it, or you'll start questioning reality itself. You know what? I've had an experience about this before. Pretty tough.
Too late for that, man. Too late. That's my favorite thing to do for a while.
Sonak radio. Sonak radio.
Alright. So let's have a look at the system. And we'll head on over to the Mercenary Guild. Now we don't need to do anything more there, but that is where we're going to be able to buy our legendary gear. So we'll lock onto that.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input. Landing gear deployed.
Okay. So we'll run inside. Actually, we should spend our points as well. So let's just go into our points here. So this perk here is what gave us that level. Alright.
Legal action will be taken with any mispayment. Thank you for your understanding.
Don't think I really need that one. Extra probes.
Our guild needs more members than ever before. Remember, we have no one but us.
I mean, extra money. That's useless. Drones. Maybe warp booster. Go towards that. Or we could make more money from contracts. Or we could add extra items. I think we'd go for the extra items. We need one more point to be able to buy that. So anyway, we can still pick up some legendary gear now.
Members higher than rank 2, new legendary items have arrived in the
So now we can access this terminal.
There is only one legendary item in the galaxy, and it can be yours. Please do not complain about prices. They may be more expensive than yesterday.
So let's have a look at what they've got.
So don't delay if you need it.
Alright, so if we hold down S, we can compare that to what we've got.
Attention, homeowners in the living quarter. For information about the meters, regulations, go to the board of directors office at number 101. Legal action will be taken with any mispayment. Thank you.
Alright, I think we'll go with that one. Let's have a look at the snipers. Guess we'll take that one. Melee. We'll go with that one. Let's find some armor.
Our guild needs more members than ever before. Remember, we have no one but us.
Alright, that one will do. So let's equip it. So grab our assault rifle, our sniper, a melee weapon, a suit. Maybe we'll get a pistol. Just in case.
To the attention of all members, please make sure you
I'll probably very rarely use a pistol. It's really only if you run out of ammo. Alright, guess that one. Pop that in there. Now we can sell this stuff off. A little bit of our money back. Okay, so that's Mercenary Guild done. So the next thing we'll go and do Freelancers.
Landing gear retracted.
So we'll bring up our contracts. This one here, we'll track that. Set our route to it.
Warp drive online. Calibration module activated.
Ori, before you all go to sleep,
Calibration
these pirates started to act ridiculous. You won't believe what happened to me the other day.
Bro, what now?
So I'm just warping through this sketchy system, right? Out of nowhere, a pirate ship jumps in and starts scanning my ship, like, give us your cargo or you're dead.
Oh, here we go again.
I'm sitting there, try to calm down a bit, and like, just look at my ship, boy. It's a wreck. I've got no money, no cargo worth anything, no inheritance, absolutely nothing. What are you even trying to rob me for?
They're after your space crumbs, I think.
Exactly. So after a few minutes of this nonsense, I just said screw it and blew the guy's ship out of the sky. But really, what are they expecting to find? A couple of creds
from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2,
Hey,
1.
at least you didn't lose your sandwich. Gotta
You
appreciate the
reached the
small wins
waypoint
in
of your
life.
route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1.
Sonak Radio.
Destination reached.
Sonak
All right.
Radio.
So let's bring up our map. Let's have a look here. Over here. Let's boost up power to weapons and shields. And what we'll do, let's pop Molyax. Sorry, it's not Molyax. That's Anchor. We haven't got Molyax yet. We'll put Anchor in there.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input. Weapons online.
Okay.
Shield recharging. Target ship destroyed. Overheat.
So now these missions, you get given them, the level of the mission will be appropriate to, or decided by what level you are when you actually take it. So if you are having trouble, like pick up a mission and, oh, that's already over. Thought that was going to be a bit more difficult. Alright, so if you are having trouble, you can pick up a mission, you can go and level up a few times and the mission will stay the same level as it was. Let's use our stabilizer. And we'll collect these pods. If I can get centered on it. And is that all? Just 3? Got that one. Okay. Well, that looks like all the pods. Let's grab the crate though. Just wait for a little drone to come back with that. Okay. What I will do, let's have a look at this system here. Going to go across to this space market first, because we'll be able to drop off our prisoners there.
Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input. Landing gear deployed.
And we'll just cruise in here. Alright, go down here. It's at the security terminal. Yep. Alright, so we can offload our prisoners. Let's have a look. Not going to buy anything here, but sell that. I guess I'll sell that too. Actually, we will buy some more pod catchers. So these, the tier 2 don't seem to do anything better than the tier 1. But the price of these goes up as your level goes up. And the same with all of this sort of consumable stuff. So it can be a good idea to stock up on that sort of thing. I think we'll take some repair kits, maybe some shield boosters. Okay. So restock those. Pop the rest of these in the bank. Yeah. Let's just see here. Alright, so I think what I might do is take a quick break for a few minutes. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so let's take off.
Landing gear retracted.
Okay, so that's two of three. So now, which one of these? Which one of these was the? Not sure which one of these was the interview mission, because it's not marked as one. I think it might be that one. So we'll track that one. We'll set our route.
Warp drive online. Calibration module activated.
And we'll use the Stargate.
Made a revolutionary breakthrough.
Waiting for the
The team has
thruster.
discovered a method to artificially create a dual wormhole, potentially enabling time travel to the past. Researchers claim that this development could pave the way for journeys into the past in the near future. While the technology is still in its experimental stages, the discovery has already...
Actually, what we'll do first, we should probably go to the Freelancers Guild and we'll get some upgrades for our ship. Okay, so 126 is the nearest one. So let's go 126, set our route.
Please approach to the jump point to start jump process.
And we get some legendary upgrades for our ship. I think the Freelancers is weapons. From memory, I'm a bit rusty on it.
You reached the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Alright. Freelancers Guild over here.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Alright, so we'll land here.
Landing gear deployed.
Once again, there's nothing really that we need to do here. But this is where we're going to buy legendary stuff. And that would be here.
To the attention of all members,
Alright.
make sure you read the guild rules carefully before taking actions for our guild. Any action that will damage
And they don't actually have
under the criminal law and then by the disciplinary committee of our guild.
anything that I'm interested in. Alright. Well, I guess we can take a rail.
Members higher than rank 2, new legendary items have arrived in the guild market. Remember, there is only one legendary item in the galaxy. And it please do not complain about
Alright, well, I guess we'll take the rail.
more expensive than yesterday, but much cheaper than tomorrow. So don't delay if you need it.
Alright. What, missiles or torpedoes?
Attention, homeowners in the living quarter. For information about the duties, regulations, go to the border.
Alright, I think I'll take that one. Mainly for the bonus there, every successful hit, not a critical hit, every hit. Helps recharge the shield a bit. And we do have a services console here, so we can put those straight on. Let's take that off. Put that one on. Okay. Missiles. Let's take that off. Pop that one on. Armor and shield. Yeah, we'll do that one. Okay. And we'll sell this stuff.
Our guild needs more members.
All right.
Remember, we have no one but us.
Okay, so we'll go do the bounty mission.
Landing gear retracted.
That equipment in there in the shops will reset when we level up, or we could try a different branch of the guild. So let's see. Is that where we want to go? 78. That's over there. Let's just make sure that is where we're going. Yep.
Warp drive online. Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Dodging asteroids in, I don't know, God knows which system. I barely have time to breathe.
And don't forget about those pirates over at Lion Station. Can't even grab a drink without keeping one eye on the door.
Just a normal day in the galaxy, right? But hey, we've survived this long. Guess that says something.
Sure does. Keeps life exciting, I guess.
Sonak Radio.
Please proceed through the gate on the path reserved for you. You reached the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. You reached the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Alright. So let's have a look here. Okay. Showing up over here. But it does say in the contract that yeah, it's showing, it's saying there that we would need to scan. Doesn't look like we do though. Sometimes you do though, if you've got a bounty in a system and it's not showing up, then you may need to deploy your scanners.
Calibration
on Lion Station,
waiting for the thruster
pirate-controlled Asotak system. Local authorities have reported that one person sustained minor injuries during the incident. The situation was quickly contained by station security, and tensions between the two groups remain under close observation. Investigations are ongoing, and no further casualties have been reported.
Shield recharging.
Alright. So now we've got this station that's going to be attacking us too. And we are going to get a boss ship come through. Sometimes they can be a bit glitchy, and if that happens, you can reload the checkpoint.
To impress her, I decided to hunt down this huge creature, skin it, and give her the hide as a gift. Real alpha move, right?
Ah, yeah, sure.
All right.
She hated
Let's
it,
check the
man,
black
didn't even
box.
care. I'm standing there with a bloody hide, and
That'll
she
give
just
us new
like,
coordinates.
Nah, thanks. I swear, romance in space is
Grab
dead.
the crate.
Dude, maybe next time just stick to buying flowers or something. Boring, but works.
No pods. Just wait for a little drone to come back.
Radio.
Okay. So now set our route for that one.
Shield recharging. Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Yeah, so we're probably going to need our scanner in the next bit.
Iron Space Industries is shaping the future of the galaxy. As leaders in innovation, we build the foundations of tomorrow and develop the tech that powers your adventures today. Whether you're looking to expand your horizons or upgrade your fleet, Iron Space Industries is your trusted partner. Iron Space Industries, engineering the stars, building your future.
You reach the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. Destination
Sonak
reached.
Radio.
Okay, let's dive into my latest adventure. So, I was on Lumo, you know, that planet in the Andron
Alright,
system.
let's cool the radio for a minute. So have a look at the system. Well, it's showing up, so we don't need to scan it. Let's get our power ready.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
So if we can take care of this one, then we should be able to get the... Whoops. Okay, so the game just crashed. So we'll just wait for it to boot up there. So it just closed down altogether. So just waiting for it to reboot. All right, like that warp started. Okay, so let's try that again. Lock on. So I have had the game crash on me like that a couple of times.
Calibration completed. Waiting.
Where the whole thing just closed down. I've got to reset my power distribution.
Weapons online. Target shield overheated. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Weapons overheated. Target destroyed. Target shields down. Target shield destroyed. Target shield destroyed. Overheat.
Okay, well there's a piloting level. And this is a capital ship.
Weapons overheat.
And it's got some weird effects on us.
Weapons overheat.
Let's get our hologram out there.
Weapons overheat. Target shields down.
Alright. Switch over.
Shield recharging.
Probably use missile.
Target destroyed.
Alright, got him. Yeah, there is still a fighter flying around.
Target shields down. Weapons online. Target destroyed.
Okay. So let's pick up some stuff. Let's grab our piloting level. Let me see. We need one more point to get anything else. Okay. Any pods? There is a pod. So Grab that one. Let's have a quick look and see if there's any more. There's one there. See if there's any more.
You're listening to Sonak Radio. We're live with brand new updates.
Pilots in the Mortha-controlled Ashguard system.
Don't know if we got that one. Yep, we got that one.
At the local space market. In response, many have opted to make purchases in other systems, seeking more affordable alternatives. This shift has reportedly caused economic imbalances.
Well, that looks like all of them.
And sources indicate
So
that authorities are displeased with the situation. Efforts to stabilize.
Let's have a look at our system here.
Forthcoming as tensions rise.
We'll go drop off our prisoners over there.
Sonak Radio.
Sonak Radio. Your guide through the stars.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed.
Curiosity
Waiting for the
fuels your
thruster
journey,
input.
and the stars call. Turn your passion for discovery into a lifetime of adventure. Traverse unknown galaxies, uncover hidden celestial phenomena, and map the uncharted territories of space. Explore because you're driven by wonder. Because you know that beyond the next star lies knowledge and beauty waiting to be revealed. Join the Explorers Guild, where the universe is yours to discover.
So I'll hop down here, we'll sell the, we'll hand in our prisoners. It's all good money. We can sell a few other bits and pieces. Yep. Sell all of that. Okay. So let's head on over to the
nice.
Bounty Hunters Guild.
What, did you hit the lottery? Where's all this money coming from?
Alright, keep it down, bud. I did a formal marriage. Strictly business. Win-win situation. Got a little cash in exchange. No strings attached.
Are you serious? A formal marriage just for credits?
Hey, it's a harsh galaxy out there. You gotta hustle where you can. A few vows.
And there is one
now my ship's the
right here in this system.
Unreal. So, you're telling me you married for cash and spent it all on your ship and a guild membership? A little more vision you need, mate.
Exactly. Priorities, my friend. Can't fly around in a bucket of bolts and call yourself a real pilot.
Sonak Radio. Sonak Radio.
Landing gear deployed.
And we'll pop down here. We'll have a look at what they've got here. And seeing as we did level up, the Freelancers Guild stuff should have refreshed as well. So we'll go back and see if there's any decent weapons there. Alright, let's have a look here. Did we not get... Let's have a look. Okay. So we do need to speak to this guy. Alright, I guess we didn't pick up his mission. Okay. That's fine, we can do that. Let's just see.
Our guild needs more members than ever before.
It's level 23 though.
No one but us.
Maybe. Alright, let's go to the Freelancers Guild and see if we've got some better weapons now.
Glad to see you as one piece.
Landing gear retracted.
Your guide through the stars.
Alright, so...
Sonak Radio.
Freelancers Guild,
Radio.
65.
Warp drive online. Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input. Exiting solar system star gravity. In 3, 2, 1.
And we might go to a faction hangar and upgrade our ship too.
Was supposed to be a regular day at Yohagos Outpost. Grab a coffee, maybe browse a few shops. But no, of course it turned into chaos.
Oh, what now? Did your ship get towed again?
Would have been better than this. So I'm chilling in the lobby, right? And I see this guy who looks exactly like that wanted criminal we've all seen on the bounty boards. I figure, hey, I'll be a hero today. So I reported.
Classic you. Let me guess, it didn't go as planned?
Not even close. The Mortha guards show up, all serious, and you'd think they'd go straight for the suspect, right? Nope. They head right for me. Apparently, I'm the one who looks suspicious.
You? What were you doing? Lurking in the shadows with a trench coat on?
Not even. I was sitting there, sipping my coffee, minding my own business. Next thing I know, they're patting me down, while the real guy just walks out, like it's a fashion show.
So, did they apologize or what?
Apologize? Nah. One of them just goes, "You looked kind of guilty." I was like, guilty of drinking overpriced coffee, maybe?
These guys, more the security at its finest again. Next time, just avoid being a hero.
So, Freelancers Guild here.
Sonak Radio.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input. Landing gear deployed.
Okay. Let's go see what weapons they have now. So we want our burst guns. Cruise through here.
To the attention of all members, please make sure you read the Guild rules carefully before taking actions for our Guild. Any action that will damage the Guild's reputation will be punished first under the criminal law and then by the disciplinary committee of our Guild.
Alright, so there's one. Got a couple. Okay.
Attention, homeowners in the living quarter for information about the media's regulations.
Well, they're all pretty similar.
Legal action will be taken with any mispayment. Thank you for your understanding.
Alright, we'll take that one. Yeah, only one of the only one of the bonuses is going to apply, so then the other one I'm just going to go whichever one's got most damage on it. Which I think is going to be that one. I guess we'll see if there's a better rail. There's not. I'm not going to worry about missiles. Okay, so take these off. Pop that one in. And that one.
Our guild needs more members than ever before. Remember,
Wait.
we have no one but us.
We want that one. And that one. And we'll sell these two. Okay. So now we'll go to a capital system. Don't know why it puts me facing the door when I come out of there.
Isn't the most fun?
Yeah. We gotta check it together sometime in Tamarin's system. I had so much fun there, Kyton. You can't believe it. That was such a wild night.
You know what's even crazier? I heard about this secret guild. What was it called? Brotherhood's Guild or something like that, I guess.
I keep hearing rumors, but I can't find it anywhere. It's like they've hidden it behind some magic Stargate or something. Was it necessary though?
Oh man, they're just trying to act mysterious. I bet they're all sitting in some cozy station sipping fancy drinks while we're out here dodging blaster fire, watching Galaxy freaking TV all day.
Mate, I know, right? They've probably got a whole lounge in the middle of some asteroid field, you know. Just thinking, they're sipping delicious cocktails right now while we're out here risking our small lives and try to do something better.
Okay, so speaking of the Brotherhood Guild, I did pick that up while I was grinding these missions off camera.
Sonak Radio.
And I did put in a save just before it. So we'll be able to show you guys that, but I've also shown that in my previous series. Just the encounter that starts it off. I'm not sure exactly what triggers it. Maybe your level of fame or your pilot level or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what triggers it.
Destination reached.
Alright. So, faction hangar. Just there. So cruise over there.
Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
In the Zegan-controlled Elysium system, authorities have freed hundreds of slaves and citizens who were working under harsh conditions. Following the liberation, Zegan forces have begun construction on a new industrial center to revitalize the sector. Meanwhile, the search continues for Zarga, the former leader of the system, who has disappeared since the Zegan takeover. Investigations into his whereabouts are ongoing as the system undergoes significant changes.
And down here.
Radio.
Okay. So we'll just upgrade the level of our ship. Which I have been doing as I've been leveling up off camera. Obviously I missed a couple though. Okay. So maybe we'll go try the lower bounty.
So get this, some guy at Inzuri Outpost in the Ventura system just starts randomly shooting at parked ships. Like, no reason, just wakes up and thinks, why not?
What? Was he bored? Out of all things to do, he really chose that?
Yep, security grabs him real quick. And the fell run, let's just say they didn't exactly.
Alright, let's try this one.
For him to stop.
Yeah, I
Let's
heard
track
their
that one.
interrogation techniques involve,
Set our route for that one.
uses of body parts.
The kind where your knees and ribs do all the talking. I bet he's regretting his life choices now.
Definitely no more shooting at ships for him, unless he wants another round of Falrun hospitality.
Yeah, that's one guy who's learned the hard way that chaos comes with consequences.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Sonak Radio.
Please approach to the jump point to start jump process. Please proceed through the gate and path reserved for you. You reach the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned. Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. N3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Alright. Over here. Cruise on over there.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Sonak Radio.
By the way, have you been to Isner City recently? Well, the place is looking sharp these days.
Shield recharging. Target destroyed.
Alright, now we've got a little bit of firepower.
Target shields down. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Down. Target shield destroyed. Target shield destroyed.
Alright, this one.
Target shields down. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Down. Target destroyed. Down.
Got a few pods here.
Target destroyed.
Can only carry 4. Alright. So let's use our stabilizer. Let's grab that one. Alright, there's 2.
You're listening to Sonak Radio. We're live with
Was that all?
new updates.
In the Mortha controlled
Yeah, I think we've got that one.
961, a high-level political event at Gokrando Station was raided by pirates. A swift response from security forces led to the capture and neutralization of 8 pirates during the ensuing clash. However, the significant security breach has drawn
Alright, looks like we got all of them.
raising concern
So,
about how such a lapse occurred at a
let's
high-profile
combine
event.
all these.
Investigations into the incident are ongoing.
Sonak Radio.
Let's pick those up. connect to the black box.
Welcome back to Sonak Radio, the heartbeat of the stars. Whether you're cruising through the neon haze of Stargate, mining in the Tamaran system, or
Alright, wait for our
the Kaiden system,
stuff to come back.
keep you company. Sit back, relax, and let the galaxy's rhythms take you away.
Right, I think all our little pods are back.
Your guide through the stars.
Okay, so now we want System 738. First of all, so I found, it seems like, I don't know if it's, I haven't really taken notice if they're in every system, but pretty much any system that I've had a bounty in has always had one of these space markets.
You know what always gets me?
Which are really handy for,
Oh yeah, like stepping
oops,
into a giant cosmic
dropping
blender
off your
and
prisoners.
pulling out the other side in one piece. I do that on the toilet as well.
Dude, it's like 1 second you're here in Sonak Station, and bam! You're halfway across the galaxies. Congrats, you made it, kid. Honestly, I don't get how it works, but I'm just glad it does.
Yeah, just don't think too hard about it, or you'll start questioning reality itself. You know what? I had an experience about this before. Pretty tough.
Too late for that, man. Too late. That's my favorite thing to do for a while.
Landing gear deployed.
Sonak Radio. Sonak Radio.
Oops. Hit the rail. Okay, let's offload our prisoners. We'll grab some more pods. Or pod catchers, rather. Yeah, see how they've gone up? They were 1,100 before we leveled up. And they were more like 500 at the beginning when we started the game. So they do increase in price as you level up. Let's pop these in here. Let's pop those in there. We'll sell off this stuff. All right.
Mining in the Tamaran system or hiding out in the dark of the Kaiden system, we've got the tunes to keep you company. Sit back, relax, and let the
So
galaxy's rhythms take you away. Sonak
738.
Radio, your guide through the stars.
Sonak Radio.
No.
Your guide through the stars.
Yes, 738. Okay.
Warp drive online.
Sonak Radio.
Okay, let's dive into my latest adventure. So, I was on Lumo, you know, that planet in the Andron system, under Mortha control. System code K6, security's not too shabby. A solid
No.
Lumo? Huh? Sounds exotic. Find
It's not that one.
More like local mystery. I stumbled upon this field of statues and stones, right? And get this, there's Mortha writing on
That's not the one I want.
Couldn't read a word, but it looked serious.
Mortha writing? You think they were leaving messages for each other? Or maybe it's something more ominous?
Oh, for sure. I was joking with my guide, like, but it says something like, beware or do not touch. I mean, knowing my luck, it's probably a warning about their master plan.
Waiting for the
So,
thruster input.
what did you do? Respect the potentially sacred alien text, brother?
Alright, not the one I'm trying to get onto.
When on Lumo, I did what any curious explorer would do. I started pretending to worship the stone, just in case, maybe I'd appease some ancient Mortha god or something.
Or trigger some ancient Mortha security system, huh?
Exactly. But seriously,
That's better.
It was eerie. These statues, man, scattered all over like some forgotten temple to the void itself. I kept expecting a Mortha priest to jump out and scold me.
Or recruit you. Hey, you might have missed your calling as a Mortha stone worshipper.
Maybe. Anyway, it's just one of those things. The universe is full of mysteries, and who am I not to poke around, right?
Exiting solar system start gravity. In 3, 2, 1.
Sonak Radio.
You're listening to Sonak Radio. We're live with brand new.
So we'll finish this one off. And then we'll try and do the guild one. And get to level 3 or rank 3 in the Bounty Hunters Guild.
Feeling unsafe due to recent incidents in the region. Despite the urgency of the request, there has been no official response from Zagan authorities at this time. The situation remains tense as citizens await further clarification.
Sonak Radio.
If you're all about the chase and create adrenaline, the Bounty Hunters Guild is where you want to be. Track down fugitives, claim the reward, and become a legend. Join today. The galaxy is yours for the taking.
Alright, let's have a look over there.
Sonak Radio.
Look, Brian, I heard this rumor about
Lock onto
in the diode system. Figured I could use a royal space, fetching asteroids or whatever. So I land on Wood.
And we'll cruise in there.
Can't believe you actually fell for that.
Yeah, well, turns out no cosmic dogs, just this giant abandoned junkyard, salvage yard of Humblestone. I thought maybe there's something up there,
Okay.
so I climbed to the top. Usual mistake, so.
Alright. That guy. Alright, we've got a couple more. And to have a boss, let's get our hologram out there. Okay, so this capital ship has got some weird effects on us. I think let's use one of our shield boosts. Alright, this guy's fast.
Target destroyed.
Alright. Let's take care of the final fighters.
Target shields down. Target destroyed.
Organisms have been detected in the Talion system, raising concerns among local authorities. Sources confirm that Falran leadership has initiated a formal investigation to determine
Use our stabilizer.
these entities. Officials are closely monitoring the situation, and more information is expected as the investigation unfolds. No immediate threat has been reported,
Grab
but
that
caution
pod.
is advised for those traveling through the region.
Couple more pods over here. That one.
Sonak Radio.
You're listening to Sonak Radio.
Looking to carve your destiny among the stars? Join the Miners Guild, where adventure meets opportunity.
Okay, I'm not sure if these are the two that we already got. Yep.
Galaxy is yours. Take it.
And we got one more up here.
Sonak Radio.
Got into a big trouble, guys. I was warping from Skylar Factory to Quaxo Outpost, minding my own business, and had some plans. Everything's smooth until bam.
Let's combine these.
Scan my cargo as I'm entering the atmosphere, like right when I'm about to land.
Pirates don't exactly believe in polite greetings, as you know, Matthew.
No kidding. 3 of them tail me into the outpost.
Scan the cargo. Select all.
Fire down on me from the
Send a
sky,
probe.
dodging lasers while trying to fight off some ground troops at the outpost.
You're getting shot at from the ground.
Wait for these guys to come back. We can disable our hologram.
Exactly. I finally snap, jump back into my ship, and go after the pirates. 5 ships, all swarming me. It's an all-out space brawl. Barrel rolls, evasive maneuvers, you name it.
Did you take them all down?
Every last
So
one, every
let's
piece
see.
went blasting through the skies. And
Yep,
after
we
what
got a
felt like
space market
hours,
here
I
too.
finally take down the last ship. But the second I land back at the outpost, I just collapse. Out cold.
Oh my god, you passed out after all that? Seriously?
Yeah, like face down in the dirt.
So we'll cruise on over there.
Blaster and a half-eaten ration bar. Lesson learned. Fight pirates after a snack and maybe a nap.
Thruster input.
Sonak Radio. Sonak Radio.
Landing gear deployed.
And we'll cruise in here. Offload our prisoners. Get some more pod catchers. Guess we'll grab a few more of those too. Some more shield boosters. We did use one because they all keep getting more expensive as you level up as well. But I don't really use any of the others. So I'll just stock up on those ones.
In the Falran-controlled Hikaden system, the escape route mechanism has been severely damaged by space debris, reportedly caused by pollution linked to Mortha activities. The malfunction has raised significant
Alright, let's
concerns
put
among
those in there, those in there.
considering filing a formal complaint against the Mortha administration in the intergalactic environment.
Let's sell off this other stuff. We should have done that already. Yep. Sell all that. Okay.
Welcome back to Sonak Radio, the heartbeat of the stars. Whether you're cruising through the neon haze of Stargate,
Bit of
mining in the
quickly
Tamaran
clip
system,
there.
or hiding out in the dark of the system.
Alright, so
To keep you company. Sit back,
this one here.
and let the galaxy's rhythms
Let's
take you away.
track that.
Sonak Radio, your guide.
Set our route.
Warp drive online.
Sonak Radio.
Today, we're diving into an intense
We'll use the Stargate.
Edge Pulse outpost on Farinthia, deep in the Sanskrit system.
A distress call led our host into a dramatic rescue mission. This system, run by the Falran race, is tightly secured. But even that didn't deter the local bandits.
I found a man on the brink of death in a seized home. He revealed his wife was kidnapped, hidden in a nearby village.
Without hesitation, our host stormed the village, overcame the kidnappers, and freed the captive woman amid a heated battle.
We then had to fight our way out against hostile villagers. It was risky, but we managed to reunite her with her husband safely.
What a story of bravery. The Sanskrit system may have high security, but from now on, I started to believe that real danger demands real heroes. I hope Falrans hear this.
Absolutely. It's tales like these that remind us the universe isn't just vast. It's also a place where courage shapes destinies.
The next waypoint is being passed. In 3, 2, 1. You reach the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship to be scanned.
Sonak Radio.
Exit permission from the system has been obtained. The next waypoint is being passed. In 3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Alright. So let's have a look here. So this might be the one where we need to scan. Yep. So see, it's not, the mission isn't showing up there. So let me see. Yeah, I need to have a look at something too. It has been so long. Inputs. T for the scanner. Let me see. So there's space for the missiles. Okay. Alright, that's not the scanner we want. So let's go into the system. That's better.
Welcome back to Sonak Radio.
We'll just send that out.
Whether you're cruising through the neon haze of Stargate, mining
And we could try and do these.
or hiding out in the dark of the Kaiden system, we've got the tunes to keep you company. Sit back, relax, and let the galaxy's rhythms take you away. Sonak Radio, your guide through the stars.
Welcome back, Galactic Wanderers. So, today's story starts with me, a drink, and a little something called Retro Pub on
We can try
Quarter
that.
Station. Sounds harmless,
I
right?
don't know if we're
Oh boy, you found
gonna get
yourself
it.
in another mess, didn't you?
More than I bargained for. I step into this place expecting maybe a shady drink or two, but instead I stumble into a back room and, get this, there's a whole group just chilling, getting high on some serious stuff.
Of course, you found the one secret drug place
All
in
right.
the system. What happened?
let's move
They
it.
notice me, and instead
No.
of freaking
Oh
out,
well,
they casually
that's not what we're here for anyway.
Like, hey, you look like
So-
someone who could move product. Wanna
We
sell
did
this
reveal
stuff
where
in
the bounty is.
Wait, they tried to recruit you as a drug dealer in the middle of the retro pub?
Yeah, I'm standing there thinking, is
Oh,
this
and now
real
it's disappeared.
life? I
Okay.
politely decline, of course, and immediately head for the bodyguards to report it.
And what did the bodyguards
over
do?
here.
I want to know.
Who knows?
So
Walked
let's
out
just
before
cruise
they could
over
even
there. That's what we're here
react.
for.
Let's just say I'm not sticking around to find out how that story ends.
Smart move. Always a wise choice to leave before things get complicated.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Sonak Radio.
So we'll do a bit more scanning later on. At the moment, I'm just want to get these guild missions done. Let's put a hologram out there.
Target destroyed. Target shields down. Target destroyed. Target shield. Target destroyed.
All right. A few more to go.
Target shield. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Weapons overheat. Target shield. Target destroyed.
All right. 2 more.
Target destroyed. Weapons overheat. Target destroyed. Weapons overheat.
Okay.
Sonak Radio.
So we'll stabilize these pods.
Radio, the heartbeat of the stars. Whether you're cruising through the neon haze of Stargate, mining in the Tamaran system, or hiding out in the dark of the Chitin system, we've got the tunes to keep you company. Sit back, relax, and let the galaxy's rhythms take you away.
Full quota of pods there.
Your guide through the stars.
Let's connect to that. Disconnect.
So I'm in the Tarahu system, code 652, Zegan space. Security's practically
Scan the cargo there.
Find this giant antenna,
Select all, send out probe.
Just sitting there in silence, collecting signals.
Let me guess. You hacked it?
Of course, I get in and
And we'll wait for these little guys to come back.
Zegan military meeting. They're discussing top secret stuff, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, this is gold.
Sounds too good to be true. So what happened? Tell me the story.
Well, just when they were about to spill something big, the signal goes static. They figured me out and scrambled everything. All I heard was...
And space market. Let's close that.
So you hacked them just to get cut off mid-sentence? Unlucky.
Yep, now I'm thinking of hacking the other end.
There is another pod, but we don't have room for it.
Sure, because getting caught once wasn't enough for you, right?
Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Sonak Radio.
It would be good if you could see the like the level and the bounty price on the pods, because the different pilots or the different prisoners do have different prices, and when you can only carry 4 and there's more than 4, it would be nice to be able to choose. We'll drop these guys off. And we'll head over for the boss fight. And then we should be able to get all complete legendary stuff for our whole ship. Yep, let's sell all that. Buy more of these. Not going to worry about shield boosters and stuff. We've got a bit of a stock. Don't use too many of them. They're just really for emergency. Maybe in the boss fights I might use a couple.
Get myself a quiet little farm, grow some space veggie.
Hey, I'm with you on that, but let's be real. We're never getting out of this life. Yes, it could be worse, though.
True. Well, until next time, stay safe, Galaxy Drifters.
Okay, so 197.
Sonak Radio, your guide through the stars.
Sonak Radio.
Warp drive online.
We'll cruise on over there.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Control H.
You know, I don't care what anyone says. Falrons freak me out. I just landed at Nono A1E station, and I swear there's something seriously off about this place.
What's so spooky about it? It's just another giant space station, right?
No way! First off, it's massive. Like, unnecessarily massive. And it's so dark and quiet, you can hear your own heart beating in there. It's like they built it to hide something.
Maybe it's just creepy design. Ever think of that?
Yeah, sure, because every inch of that place screams we're totally not hiding top secret stuff. Don't worry about it.
Okay, you've got me curious now. What's your destination?
Honestly, I don't know, but you can't tell me those Falrons aren't up to something shady. Every time you see one, they've got that I know something. You don't look. Always lurking in the shadows, like they're 2 steps away from...
Alright, so we've got to scan this one as well.
Or maybe they're just really bad at socializing.
Maybe, but seriously, they're too quiet, too secretive, and the way they talk, it's like they're
and they're up here.
having some massive galaxy-shaking news, then they just don't. Makes you wonder what they're hiding.
Or maybe they're just really good at playing poker, my friend.
Or they're running some underground alien conspiracy we're all clueless about. I mean, who builds a station that doesn't have skeletons in the closet?
So, are you going back to that creepy station anytime soon?
Only if I want to have nightmares. Nope, I'm steering clear of that place until I figure out what those Falrons are up to.
Well, if you do crack the case, let me know. Maybe we can start our own space detective agency.
Sonak Radio. Sonak Radio.
Alright.
Weapons overheat. Target shields down. Target destroyed.
Let's get our hologram out there. Okay, let's use one of our shield boosts. We're getting our butt kicked here. Okay, the boss has come in. Don't know what just happened to the sound there. Yeah, I have noticed that with some of the boss ships come in these bounties. It all the sound goes. Where is he? Alright, let's take care of all these little ones first, because they're a pain in the butt. And there's our sound back again. We also lose our HUD as well. So I don't know if that's like, maybe that's one of the
Target shields down.
maybe that's one of the effects of the one of the effects of the boss ship's abilities. Alright, I think we've still got another fighter around here.
Weapons overheat. Target destroyed.
Rays. The discovery has sparked significant interest
Alright.
among historians and scientists alike.
So
Efforts are ongoing with the assistance of
let's get our energy into shields to get them back up there. Let's pop drain in there to do some repairs. We can bring our hologram in, activate our stabilizer.
From cutting-edge technology to groundbreaking space construction, Iron Space Industries
Grab that one.
is the future of the galaxy. As leaders
That
in
one.
innovation, we build the foundations of tomorrow and develop the tech that powers your adventures today. Whether you're looking to expand your horizons or upgrade your fleet,
And
Space Industries is your
is that all of them? This one.
Iron Space Industries, engineering the stars, building a future.
Combine all these crates. Scan. Select all.
Sonak Radio.
Send a
Let's talk
probe.
about the OTAR system, folks. Managed by the Zegan race. System code Z5. Security level -2.
I'll
it's
wait
that
for
kind of
those
neighborhood.
probes to come back.
There's the McCraggy Trade Hub, a massive place, but when you step inside, it's just this tiny room. You keep talking about all these other
All right.
sections, but where are they?
It's all you enjoy the endless wonders of McCraggy Trade Hub. And I'm like, where? Behind the broom closet?
Okay, so it's the
See, that's their real
space
security
market
trick.
again.
Nothing to steal if you can't find it.
Remember your construction days in the city of McCragg?
Calibration
Thought you were
module
building a
activated.
shopping paradise, ended up just walling off
Calibration
secret
completed.
rooms.
Exactly, yeah.
And looks like we are repaired.
Let us know. Is it a treasure trove or just more walls saying, coming soon?
So we'll put anchor back in there.
Keep your wallets close and your curiosity closer, folks. Maybe one day we'll find out the real secrets of McCraggy Trade Hub.
Landing gear deployed.
Bring down our landing gear and cruise on in here.
Sonak Radio.
And the same drill. Drop off our prisoners. There we go, that's a bit of money. Let's sell off some stuff. Let's have a quick look here. Picked up some half decent loot there, but we'll sell all that. We'll stock up our podcatchers again. Okay.
Landing gear retracted.
So, we want the Bounty Hunters Guild 204. It's the closest one. 204.
Sonak Radio. Welcome back to Sonak Radio, the heartbeat of the stars. Whether you're cruising through the neon haze of Stargate, mining in the Tamaran system, or hiding out in the dark of the
Find the
Chiton system,
Stargate.
we've got the tunes to keep you company. Sit back, relax,
Calibration
and let the
module
galaxy's
activated.
rhythms take you away. Sonak Radio,
Calibration completed.
your guide
Waiting for
through
the
the
thruster.
stars.
Sonak Radio, your guide through the stars.
Dude, you ever get so broke, you just start hunting creatures to survive?
I'm gonna say no, but I'm guessing you have?
Yeah, man. I'm not proud of it, but sometimes when the freelance jobs dry up, you gotta do what you gotta do. I go out there, find the biggest alien creature I can, take it down, and eat the meat.
What, like some kind of space caveman, huh?
Yeah, exactly like that. Look, when the credits run dry and your belly's empty, trust me, space steaks start sounding incredibly good.
I mean, you do you. Just, don't invite me over for dinner, okay?
All right. So let's close that. Bounty Hunters Guild. Let's cruise on over there.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Hey Raiders. Thanks for coming in. So we're just finishing up the the guild missions for the Bounty Hunters Guild and the Freelancers Guild
Landing gear deployed.
and what's the other one? The Mercenary Guild. And we're just about to upgrade our ship with some legendary gear. So just cruising on over here to the Bounty Hunters Guild. Cruise in here. I wish they would put a loading screen over here. So instead of just a black screen, that would be good. Okay, so now we have access to this one here.
Please be realistic when setting targets. Don't risk yourself for more money.
Let's just click hide all there. Let me see. Alright. Well, that's the only one they've got, so we'll grab that. So, how was your stream, Crispy? I'm just gonna pause a bit here and just catch up on what's going on in the chat here. Been streaming to myself for the last 2 hours. My voice is a bit dodgy today. Alrighty.
Legal action be taken.
So,
Thank you for your
hide all them. Alright, so we want offensive. Got 3 to choose from here. That one looks good. Whole systems. Let's have a look. Turret damage. Yeah, we'll take that one. Yeah, not too bad, Dixie. Just been a bit slow catching up. Was pretty sick for about a week, and so I got a lot of stuff. Been busy trying to catch up on a lot of things that I needed to get done. How you going with the house hunting for you and your doggo? Pulse laser. We're not using pulse lasers, and that one's got beams. Alright, well, we'll take that one anyway. Power systems. Yep, we'll take that one.
Please make sure you read the guild rules carefully before taking
And weapon systems. Don't have any weapon systems. Aim components. It's the only one they've got. Alright, we'll take that one. Engine systems. Got a few to choose from. I'm just going for the most expensive one, basically. Scan systems we don't have on this ship. Cargo. And when I'm going for cargo, go for the ones that are going to give me a good warp speed increase. That one will do. Oh, it's a bit weird, Abba, when YouTube does that. I know, I have heard of it happening before. We don't have drone components on this ship. Alright, so I think we've got everything that we can get. So let's go put all this on our ship. Actually, they don't have a console here. We have to do it from in our ship. Alrighty, so hold down F for services, into our components. So we'll start off with the defensive, take that one off, pop that one on. Okay, the offensive, take that off, pop that one on. Alright, so what's next? Hull. So this is going to be a pretty significant upgrade to our ship with all these.
Welcome back again, children. Before we discuss this whole world resistance
weapons.
army thing, I want to tell you
weapon system was the one that we couldn't get. I'm just going to
started to act ridiculous.
Kill that radio for a minute, so I can hear myself think. Yeah, it's weird, Abba. I mean, I've heard of it happening. Hasn't happened to me. I've never, that I know of, been unsubbed from any channels. So back in here. Alright, so power. Let's take that one off and put our new one on. Aim. Take that one off. Engine burner. Cargo. Alright. I think that's everything. So we should, let's have a look here. Got everything except weapons. Everything else is all legendary. And same on our character. All legendary gear now. So, I mean, it's definitely worth doing those guild missions. We'll hop out and we'll sell off the old stuff. In this way. And I guess we'll go back to the story missions now. I could load up a save and show an encounter. Might do that. This one here will do. Alright, yep. So we can sell all that. Alright, so Yeah, I'll hop back in my ship. I'll load up a save because I did a bit of grinding through these missions off camera while I wasn't feeling too well. So what I'll do is I'll chuck down a save. Save there. So when you get to, I'm not sure exactly what triggers it, but you get to a certain point, because you have all different things, and sorry about the black loading screen. You have all certain things such as fame and all that sort of thing. Oh, we got stuff in here that we didn't sell as well. Let me see. So if we go... Not sure that it shows up until you get into these areas here, which we haven't unlocked yet, but you do have... If we go into the contracts, here we go. Or the missions over here. So see how they have reputation and fame? It doesn't really show up until you can access these bits, but it still adds up. I don't know if they contribute or whether it's just your pilot level or whatever. But you get to a certain point and it's going to trigger this encounter to whatever, during whatever your next jump is.
Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Yeah, that's a bit of a pain, Abba.
Exiting solar system start rapidly. In 3, 2, 1.
Alright, so halfway through this jump, we're going to get interrupted. Well, we should. Maybe I shouldn't have done a whole system jump. I could have done one within the system, would have been a bit quicker. Let's use my arrow keys and put a bit more power into energy, into engines. Let's pop the radio back on.
Hey, welcome back to the chaos. So, galactic inflation's tearing through our bank accounts faster than a laser through butter.
But basically this encounter sets you up. Oh, we'll kill the radio again, I guess. This encounter sets you up with one of the secret guilds, the Brotherhood Guild. The last time I played this, I don't think there was actually a way to progress through any of those guild missions. I'm not sure if that's changed or not. Oh, Jesus, a long jump. I should have done a shorter jump. But any moment now we should get interrupted. No? No interruptions. Okay.
Warp drive cooling.
Let's have a look. And we'll do one in the system. Show the system here. Let's just warp over there. That'll be a short warp. Should get interrupted.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
No? Did I load the wrong save? Let's try that again. So it could be random, but while I was grinding through the missions, I couldn't do a single jump without without having the encounter from this save point.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Well, I guess maybe it doesn't want to show us. Alright, what if we just pick a different system? Maybe it's through the gates. If I can find a gate. Of course, it's on the other side of the planet. Alright. What we'll do, let's zoom in here. Let's find the gate. We'll just lock directly onto the gate. And now we get a trebuchet point to get around the other side of the planet.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
And because we're close to the planet, we get a bit of gravity that can slow us down a little bit. Which is what you're seeing, that red text come up in the middle there. It just slows us down a little bit, but it's not too much. Here we go.
Warning, warp drive disrupted.
Someone disrupted our warp drive. Get ready for anything.
We're sorry we had to stop you in this manner. However, it was the safest way for us to tell you good news. You have earned the honor of being a member of the Brotherhood. We invite you to our headquarters in the Eel system. Farewell, brother.
The Brotherhood. I've never heard of it before. It would be wise to go and check it out, this headquarter in the Eel system.
Okay, so that's what I was trying to show you. So anyway, what I'll do, I'll load up back to my main save file, and maybe we'll head over there. And what you see here is these little drones while we're parked on the station. They are doing repairs to our ship. Let's have a look at our contracts. The Brotherhood here. So let's go and have a look. We can go to their headquarters. We'll set our route through there. Yeah, that's right. It did put a bit of a spin on the ship too. So, but that's where we're heading. So let's take off.
Landing gear retracted. Drive online.
All right, and if we can find the gate over there.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Cruise on in over through here. We'll go check out their headquarters. There wasn't much that we could do in there the last time that I played. I mean, like, not the last stream that I did, but when I was playing this game a couple of years ago. And it has had quite a few changes since then. So I'll hold down Control H to activate the star jump, the jump gate. Line ourselves up in the box here.
You reach the waypoint of your route. Please wait for your ship.
Yeah, I never really tried Elite Dangerous. I mean, I've definitely heard of it. Has been on my radar, but I've never really had a chance to check it out. But there's quite a bit involved in it. You've got ground combat as well, where you hop out and in your spacesuit and whatever, and land on planets and do all different types of raids. And later on we'll take over whole star systems. So all of these are all different star systems. So we'll cruise on over there.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Yeah, it's probably why I haven't looked at it. I don't know, I've gone off of online games. Used to be way into online games back in the late 90s and stuff. But, I don't know. It's just, they make everything so dependent on groups in online games, and sometimes I like to just chill out. And being, you know, in Australia, in the time zone that I'm in, it can be quite hard sometimes to, you know, find a regular party or whatever in a lot of online games, just due to time zones. So there is a station in here somewhere. Couldn't find it. Around the other side, maybe? There it is. Okay. Down our landing gear. And we're going to have a bit of a dodgy landing. Yep. Slip sliding away. There we go. Alright, we'll hop in here. And I do wish they would put a loading screen there or something instead of just the black screen. So last time that I played this, wasn't any shops or anything. Only this. Don't know if that's changed much.
We were awaiting your arrival. This is an abandoned mining station from the outside, but we've been using it as the headquarters of the Brotherhood for centuries. Whatever the brothers do, we take care of each other. We take from those who are not of us and give to those that are from us. If you join us, We will give you technologies that no one else in the galaxy has.
Yeah, well, I'm usually up all night too because I'm an insomniac, but, you know, I don't have any real regular sort of sleep pattern though. I've got random sleep patterns. It's hard to stick to any type of schedule.
Cargoes of the target ships. We also have a galaxy positioning system where you can follow any ship you want. So, what's your answer? Do you want to be one of us? Beautiful.
Yep.
But first, the head asks you to fulfill a mission. It is a procedure we apply for each of our new members. Of course, it will be an easy task for you.
Okay, we've got to tap double space to get out of that.
You need to return here after completing the quest. You will become a member of our guild when your quest is completed. Good luck.
Okay, so this now shows up on our guild list here. We're not a full member until we do the mission, which does show up in here, but it doesn't give us a location. And I've never been able to find these civil ships to be able to track. You need to find them first, put a tracker on them, and then loot them. But what we'll do, we'll get back to the main storyline. I can find my way out. Oops, bit of losing a bit of frames there. Alright, so we'll take off.
Landing gear retracted.
And we'll get back to the main mission here. We'll track that, set our route there.
Warp drive online.
And we'll just warp straight through the rock, because that's how we do things.
Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
I mean, I used to play World of Warcraft back in the day. Used to play RuneScape, old school RuneScape, back in the late 90s, early 2000s or whatever when that came out. But yeah, I mean, like, everything, you know, there's not a lot of stuff. I mean, I like to do stuff solo, and you know, it just seems that every game has to have a multiplayer component. I don't know, just call me an antisocial bastard, but I just, you know, I like to play games by myself and not have to worry about a group of people or whatever, just in order to do a certain quest or whatever. I don't mind playing with other people, but, you know, to make that a requirement, you know, it kind of takes away from the games.
N3, 2, 1. Destination reached.
Yeah, my gaming addiction started way before then, though. My gaming addiction started on my grandfather's Atari and went on from there. So, let's have a look here. Alright. So, trying to remember how this mission goes. Trying to remember what I got myself into with this one. onto that. Let's just organise some power into our weapons just in case. I can't remember what goes on here. So my character in RuneScape was 99 smithing, 99 mining, and I think I got to about 97 in smithing. And that took forever. Alright, so I think we talked to this guy and then some battle breaks out from what I remember. But they have changed a few of the story missions around, so...
Oh, look who has graced my humble ship.
Hello, Molyax. It is good to see an old face.
Likewise, my old friend. You must be the commander's child. The resemblance is striking.
Yes, and this is Drain.
Drain? Really? I like the updated version. You look like you have a soul.
Molyax, you have new scars. You look like you have balls.
Alright, so we've got to get to points in the dialogue here where it's orange and it doesn't go any further. You've got to press space twice to kick it off again.
You want to re-establish the WRA, don't you? And you've decided to start by gathering the remnants of the old team. Ah, bold move. Yeah, I know some of these decisions didn't make much of an impact, and others sort of do. And I know that, like, it's been 2 years since the last time I played through this, and I know that they have been adding more, building more into it, and I know that other characters. So this guy is going to join our crew, and some of them don't get along, and so some of your choices can upset others and make the other ones happy, and some might leave you for that, but we're just going to go for that option. Pathetic. Let's first get some things out of the way. There's a Falran general, Kular, who's obsessed with me. He's becoming a problem. He needs to be eliminated.
Oh.
You should know, his problem isn't just with me, it's with all Earthlings. As long as he lives, you'll never be able to organize. He recently slaughtered the entire Worldly Craftsman Association. The man's a menace, and he won't stop until we're all ashes. If he catches wind that the WRA is reorganizing, he won't rest until he's torn you apart. In fact, by telling you this, I'm doing you a favor. You may not realize it yet, but you owe me.
Oh, really? What a good person you are.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, Spike, is that, like, you know, I've got other things in life that I need to take care of. And you get a lot of people in these online games and they all want you to, you know, they expect you to turn up every single day to do something. And sometimes you just can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you get sick of a game and you want to take a few days off, and you come back and, you know, you've been kicked out of the guild or whatever because you didn't log in for a couple of days, you know what I mean? So anyway, we'll continue on here though.
Worry. He's on his way here. He thinks he'll catch us off guard, but we're already one step ahead. By the time he arrives, he'll realize who's truly in control. For now, we'll wait. Let him come to us. And the moment he arrives, we'll draw him right into our trap. He won't see it coming. You know, the prey becomes predator, and now...
Alright, so now the station that we're on is under attack. And we need to get back to our ship.
Let's go to your ship. I can help you worry that fight.
Okay, Molyax. Let's see how are you going to help us with that fight.
fight with that? No way. Just warp away or we will done.
Alright, so we just need to walk away somewhere.
Molyax is right.
Calibration completed.
Dropping a few frames there. Alright, so this will be our third extra crew member.
In 3, 2, 1.
Let's pop the radio on there. This trip might take a minute or two, so I'm just going to go grab a drink real quick.
Yo, dude, you won't believe what happened to me the other day. I went through one of those slingshot points, you know, just doing my thing.
Oh boy, here we go. What happened this time?
So I'm spinning around the planet's orbit, nice and smooth, right? Then boom! A Zegan ship shows up out of nowhere.
Wait, like right in front of you.
They literally stopped me and started threatening me. I'm sitting there like, bro, I'm broke, barely scraping by as a freelancer, and you're threatening me. For what? My half-busted ship? That was bullshit.
I swear these bitches are something else. Did you get away?
Oh yeah, I managed to swerve out of there just in time. But seriously, who needs that kind of stress? I mean, slingshots are bad enough without Zegans throwing themselves in my face. That thing makes my head spin so bad because of the excessive gravity.
Space life, man. It's like you're either dodging planets or dodging pirates. No middle ground. By the way, it's glad to see you as one piece.
Sonar radio, your guide through the stars.
Sonak radio. Sonak radio.
Alrighty, so I grabbed myself a drink. Still walking. Might have been quicker if we put a bit of power into the engines. Alrighty. So now we need to go to the Etox planet. Or Etox system. And land on a planet in there. Yeah, no worries, Dixie. Have a good night, mate. So, okay. So, 121.
You're listening to Sonak Radio. We're live with brand new updates.
In the Centuria system, Zegan military forces have successfully captured Minty Village on the pirate-controlled planet Nazi-2.
Alright, we'll use the Stargate this time. It'll be a bit quicker.
Evacuated in time, and no casualties have been reported as of now. The situation remains tense, with Zegan forces securing the area and pirate leadership retreating. Further updates are expected as the situation develops.
Sonak radio.
You're listening to Sonak Radio.
Looking to carve your destiny among the stars?
Alright, through here.
Where adventure meets opportunity.
Control H.
In the asteroid belts of the cosmos. Galaxy is yours.
Oops. Missed it. No, didn't miss it.
Sonak radio. Sonak radio.
Look, Brian, I heard this rumor about
If you
in the diode system. Figured I could use a royal space.
If you go outside those lines, then you muck up the jump sequence, and you got to circle around and start the whole thing again. So it's pretty easy early on, but when you start getting really fast ships, it's pretty easy to muck it up. Alright, so let's have a look at the system. That's that planet there. Make sure we're locked onto the planet and not the station. Let's cruise on over there.
Calibration module activated. Calibration completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Alrighty, so now we're going to land on a planet. Don't know if we actually get out during this mission or not. Probably.
Warp drive cooling.
Wait for our warp drive to cool down.
Warp drive online.
There we go. So the mission markers show up in pink.
The surface align process is completed. Waiting for the thruster input.
Alrighty. So we'll just cruise down to the surface.
Landing gear deployed.
Alright. Alright. Just give me a second here. Just muck something up on the back end here. Alright, should be good. Okay. Let's hop out here. So we need to cruise on over here. Pop in here. And the good old black loading screen again. Okay, so this becomes our headquarters. Got a meeting here. Can talk to our other crew members. It's a bit of a weird way to hold your gun there. No, maybe we can't talk to our crew members. Start the meeting.
Hello everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Cole, a technician. I've set up the system I mentioned earlier, and I've also designed a communication interface so we can stay in touch with Earthlings. Now, if it's okay, I'll give a brief presentation of how this system works.
Shut up, kid. This is a conversation for grown-ups. Stay in your place.
Let me see. Alright, we'll go with number 2.
Sorry.
First of all, we must choose a path for our organization. Without a clear direction, we're just another group of fools. This will determine whether we rise or fall.
There are a few things I want to say about this. First of all, we should not be subordinate to a single leader. We should have an internal council where everyone has an equal say. Then we must change our policies towards non-Earthlings. During my stay here, I saw that. There is no race in the galaxy that is hostile to us. Only some leaders have spent us to get stronger. Therefore, no race should be our enemy. We must be merciful to all races, to civilians, even to armies that see us as enemies. We must protect everyone who is with us or not. If we go down this road, we will gain the support of the entire galaxy. And the leaders who betrayed us have no choice but to listen to us.
I believe we should learn from our mistakes and follow your father's footsteps. We must have a strong leader and a strong management team to be chosen by our leader. If we give every member of the organization a voice, we cannot advance even one step. I also disagree with Drain on our policy towards non-humans. After all, not every living thing on this planet is an angel. We must protect those who deserve it and punish those who do not.
If we do not show mercy to those who see us as enemies, you will see that they will be afraid to fight us. And a feared enemy is always a simple prey.
Huh. Drain's ideas are nothing but nonsense. And we've tried Anchor's Way before, look where it got us. Now we're meeting in the cave of a desolate planet. Clearly, that path didn't work. Yes, we need a leader, but not just anyone. Our leader must be someone our followers will respect and fear. Without that balance, we'll crumble from within before we even begin. And every non-human creature in this galaxy is a monster. I've seen it time and time again. These creatures devour anything that doesn't strike fear in them. That's why, before anything else, we must spread the fear they deserve across the galaxy. Only then will they think twice before crossing us. We must make this galaxy uninhabitable for them. As long as we exist, everyone in the galaxy should sleep with one eye open. That's when those flamboyant leaders have to do whatever we want them to do. It's the only way to survive and bring this galaxy to its knees.
So, the last word is yours. Which way do you think we should go?
So this is where we choose to set up. It's basically, well, they use the term constitution. Last time I played it, it sets up our faction, and these choices do have an impact. Let me see. So basically, we've got a good path, an evil path, and a neutral path. They all have pros and cons. And all the voice acting here, I know it's a bit dodgy. It's all sort of AOA voices. But one thing to remember with this game, this whole game was made by just one guy. One guy on his own made this whole game by himself. And I was playing this while I was waiting for Starfield to come out, and I enjoyed this more than I enjoyed Starfield, so, you know. So let me see, so it can be good. Let's just have a look. Fairness. Income comes from military operations. I think we'll just go neutral.
I knew it. Your father would be proud of you if he were here.
Good. Okay, let's go ahead and repeat the same mistake. I'll start looking for a suitable sewer for our next meeting.
Okay. Here's your call. We can try the way again. I hope we don't end up the same. By the way, you should know that you can always change the main path of the organization from the Constitution interface.
But when you do this, you will lose many of the followers you have gathered so far. So if you want to change your path, you better do it before our organization grows.
Alright. So,
we need money
double space.
And a safe base. Therefore, we must find ourselves a weak Star-Lord and take their land from them. But to achieve this, we first need ships, soldiers, and pilots.
We must find the Earthlings and expand our organization.
Therefore, our first objective should be to form 5 units. For that, we'll need 25 skilled pilots or soldiers. No more, no less.
Go design the communication interface for this. I am calling out on the radio to the Earthlings to reach us. I'm sure we'll soon be able to reach out to Earthlings asking for our help.
Any question?
Alrighty. Let me see.
Or I guess we'll just go
For now,
through
it seems safe here.
all of these.
When we have the power to protect our base, we can go above ground. Any question?
It shouldn't be too difficult to find Earthlings scattered across the galaxy. I highly recommend keeping a close eye on the looking for pilot panel. You'd be surprised how many desperate souls are out there ready to fight.
Any question?
We can do it by capturing bases in the galaxy. But first, we need a few battalions of soldiers and ships.
Any question? We must find the Earthlings and expand our organization. Any question?
Okay, that's it for
By
now.
the way, I've created a communication interface where you can easily connect with the Earthlings. Please feel free to take a look when you have a moment.
Gold, I think you should show us how to use new interfaces.
Sure thing.
That was a bit weird. But anyway. So now if we go back into... Okay, so now we have a faction up here. So we can move these people around. We will get squads of fighters that'll fight alongside us. We can also send them out on missions. We do pick up extra main crew members, but we also get a whole bunch of like soldiers that we can send on certain missions and all that sort of stuff. At the moment, we don't have any.
Our first mail has already landed in the inbox. To accept the tasks that come with the emails, you need to reply to them. Now reply to this mail and accept that mission.
So these missions here, it's got 5 people, so that's how we get people. By doing these ones, pick up extra people that join our armies, and we can train them up, and all sorts of things. We'll end up building stations. Let's just have a look here. So now we have diplomacy with all the other factions, and so all the other stations. If we go, can't access the map from in here. All right, let's go outside. Where's the gate? Through here? No, that's not the gate. Up the stairs here. So you may have noticed each time we jump through a gate or enter a system, it comes up with like somebody's face. That's the ruler of the system, and they are all parts of different factions. So you can see as I hover over these, who owns it. This is pirate territory. Over here we've got independence, and we've got all different races of aliens and stuff. But anyway, been going for about 3.5 hours, so I might leave the stream there. I'll just see if I can find anybody that's streaming that I can pass you guys on to. So thanks all for coming. Thanks for hanging around. And I do want to do a bit more of this game yet, but that's going to be it for today. So I'll just see if I can find anyone that's still streaming. Alright, maybe I'll send you over to Nilnya. He's playing some Starfield at the moment. So let's just see if I can do this properly.